Do you ever leave the gym with this feeling that you didn't actually really work out? Like you hit your workout, sure, but it feels like you didn't actually work that hard or work out. And a big reason for this is just because of a lack of presence. I remember back a year ago, when I was a few months into working out, I would still be scrolling on my phone. I would still be scrolling on Instagram and stuff. And to be honest, I was actually just scrolling on my phone, scrolling on Instagram, just because I saw that other people were doing it. And I kind of felt weird if I didn't. I was like, okay, what can I do in between this set if I don't scroll? So, scrolling, I felt like my only option, just because I saw everybody else scrolling, and I didn't really know what to do. So I just thought it was normal, and I should be doing it. So I was just scrolling on Instagram, scrolling through the reels, and I didn't actually think it was that harmful. But every single time, I remember this one specific time, I was just on leg press, and I was scrolling on Instagram. And then when I got off Instagram and I had to hit my set, I just felt like I didn't even want to do it. It felt like, fuck, bro, do I even want to hit this set? I just kept on like telling myself, okay, just do it. And then I hit my set. And then I do like my 8 or 10 reps, whatever I said I was going to do. And then I immediately just stop after that, even though I know I could push harder, but I didn't. And I feel like our phones really take that away from us. When we're constantly just scrolling on our phones in between our sets, it almost just makes it so much harder to actually hit your set, and you want to do it less. You end up being there for longer than you want to be, and not like there in like a fun way, like, oh, you're in the gym for a while. It's like you're just there in a dreadful way. You're dreading each set just because you're on your phone and you have something more exciting to do. And then when I was in the middle of my sets, when I was just waiting in between there, the gym owner walked by. I think he's the gym owner anyway. But anyway, he's like this strong guy, he's old, and bro, a lot of people respect him. But I heard him say, I don't even know if he was talking to me, but I heard him say something like, another kid on his phone during another set, or something like that, bro. I don't know exactly what he said, it's been a while, but he said something along the lines of that. And bro, I instantly just like turned off my phone. I was like, oh shit, okay, that wasn't me, bro. So I did that, and it made me realize every time that I pulled up my phone, okay, wait, this is actually kind of bad. So just that little tiny thing made me realize that each time I pull up my phone during a set, like I still did it afterwards, but each time I did it, I just felt a little bit more bad. And I felt a little bit guilty doing it. So, eventually over time, the more self-improvement I went on, I stopped scrolling on Instagram, TikTok and stuff. But even to this day, when I obviously have my phone with me in my gym. So when I'm on my phone, I'll still be like, I might message somebody back, or I never scroll on anything, but I might be messaging somebody back. I could be checking YouTube video analytics, just something on my phone, maybe messaging ChatGPT, figuring out some ideas. And, well, a lot of the time I am doing productive stuff on there. Maybe I'm taking a note of something, a good idea that I have. So, even though that I am doing productive stuff on there, you could argue that texting isn't productive. I don't really think it is. So, ignore the texting part, but the other things that I do, like maybe messaging ChatGPT, coming up with a good idea for a YouTube video. And every now and again, it's like it's something just not productive. It could be like texting somebody, or maybe I'm like showing my friend a photo or something. I don't know. But I noticed that when I do that, or when I'm just looking something up, bro, there could be a bunch of things. But whenever I do that, I notice it just brings me right out of the workout, and I have a little bit of that feeling still. So I actually have been reducing the amount of time that I go on my phone in the gym, just because I find that when I do that, it just ruins my workout. It makes me so much less present. It makes me feel so much like, like the grind mode that you're in when you're in the gym? Like, those really good workouts, right? The workouts when you're just from machine to machine, when you're in grind mode, when you're going to a failure, when you're really pushing, when you're just in a super good flow state, when the playlist that you have on doesn't even need a song switched. So like you have like all your songs planned out, and then you don't even need to check your phone. You don't really realize that it's because you're not on your phone. But I'm telling you now that is actually why. Because those workouts, when you're just in a good flow state, it really is just because you weren't checking your phone. And the days that you are checking your phone, it genuinely feels like an uphill battle. Like, imagine there's a hill, right? And the days when you're working out and checking your phone, it's like you're walking up that hill, you're going up the hill. But when you're not checking your phone, it feels all natural, it feels like you actually want to do that. So you're going like down the hill, you feel like you're sliding down perfectly clean. Honestly, I want you to have more of those workouts, and I want to have more of those workouts, bro. So at the very least, just stop scrolling on your phone. You don't want to just ruin your workout by constantly getting distracted, being pulled right out of the present moment when you could be actually fully in that set, when you're just pushing, like, really trying to go. Like, I don't know, you're on like a chest press machine and you're like really getting that last set in, you're going till failure. And then immediately after that, instead of going on your phone, maybe you could just sit down and like think or like look at the bar that you're lifting. Now maybe that sounds crazy to you because I remember when I first started like working out, I saw that everybody was on their phone, so I thought that was the normal thing. I thought, okay, might as well just scroll on my phone because I don't want to be weird, right? But it's not actually that weird to not pull up your phone in between sets. Now, maybe you can talk to people there too. Oh, I get it if you're shy. Like, sometimes I'm like a bit of a bitch too, and I don't talk to random new people. But if there are people there, maybe you know them, just talk to them. Or if there are random people, then, like, what I do is I actually do sometimes just talk to random people. Sometimes I'm a bit of a bitch and I just don't do it. But if you are brave enough and confident enough to talk to other people, then just go ahead and do it. Because I find that whenever I talk to other people, my friends go there a lot too, so it becomes really easy for me to just like talk to other people there. But talk to other people. If they're not there, then what I would recommend is literally just like think. Like, do your set, sit there and think. You could be looking at the bar maybe. Like, I don't know, maybe you're on bench press. Like, look at the bench bar. Pretend it's like your enemy or something, bro. I don't know. But I find that's what I do in between sets when I'm not on my phone. I'll just kind of sit there and think about what I'm going to do. Maybe you can even think about the next set. Like, how are you going to push till failure? And then I guarantee in the workouts that you do that where you're not on your phone, it's going to be 10 times better. Now, it might be very hard for you because you're like a little dopamine addict and everything. You're like, I need dopamine. But if you can get past that stage of constant craving of dopamine and where you're in between your sets and you just can't handle the stillness of like sitting there, then I get it, bro. I was there before. But just remember that if you aren't going to be a little dopamine addict, constantly craving like the dopamine from your phone, then your workout, it will be so much better. The more present you are, the better your gym performance will be. And it's not only that you'll feel better, but you will genuinely get better gains. And also, make sure to subscribe to this channel if you are a young man who's looking to be consistent and disciplined in the gym. Then this channel's definitely for you, bro. Subscribe. So, yeah, the workout that you do will just be so much more present, and the presence that you have will give you much better performance. So it's like you could be scrolling on your phone, getting the cheap dopamine, and actually ruining your gym performance. You could be ruining the gains that you have just by going on your phone. You might not think so, because you're like, okay, the phone doesn't really have much to do with the gym. But it actually does. The moment you're like not present anymore, you actually just lost gains. Now, I could probably be like 5% bigger right now if I didn't go on my phone in the early stages. And like that's no exaggeration. And bro, I just like made up that number like on the spot. I don't know the exact percentage, but I guarantee that I would be bigger if I didn't have those days where I wasn't present. So that's what I want for you. I want you to watch this video before you actually get into the gym so you're not leaving these gains like I did. So yeah, next time you're in the gym doing a workout, make it a point to just not go on your phone. Now, unless if it's at the very end and you need to message your parents for a drive home, because that's actually something that I do. Like, I need to message my parents for a drive home. So I can't go the full workout without going on my phone, but you can go the good majority. Just go the good majority of the workout, however long you can, without going on your phone. And I guarantee that will be a much better workout.